Hey everyone, welcome back to the podcast. I'm super pumped because we are crushing the July Chisel strength training program inside of the Kelly Counts Macros Clubhouse membership program. Everyone is making serious progress towards their goals of muscle definition. They're hitting it hard, and I love seeing the dedication. I have a lot of cardio kings and queens in there that I have finally helped realize that strength training is a must if you want to see the defined muscle. I hope you all had an amazing weekend. We had a fun time by our pool. I had family in from Florida, Boston, and North Carolina. My daughter came home from sleepaway volleyball camp at my alma mater, Gannon University in Erie, Pennsylvania. I even checked out some fun new protein options from Sam's Club that I shared with my clubhouse members because I put all of my grocery hauls inside of the clubhouse. Few reminders, a new podcast episode drops every Monday, so be sure to subscribe so you never miss one. This past week on my Instagram at Kelly Counts Macros, counts with a K, we celebrated Clubhouse member Destiny, who has lost 5 pounds in 4 weeks. She went from feeling bloated to defined with some tweaks in nutrition and adding in strength training. So if you need more motivation, head over to my Instagram and check it out. If you are interested in the Clubhouse membership, direct message me or visit Kelly Counts Macros, countswithak.com to learn more. The Kelly Counts Macros Clubhouse recipe of the week. In this past week, inside of the clubhouse, we made buffalo ranch egg salad, and let me tell you, it's so good. It's packed with protein, even perfect for serving guests by the pool. I love putting it on a pita or on a bed of lettuce or just eat it right out of the bowl. It really is that good. Clubhouse members get exclusive access to these recipes inside the app, so you never have to scroll through social media wondering where you saved that recipe that looks so yummy. Clubhouse members have the added bonus of getting my full recipe book inside of the membership for easy access. Would you mind doing me a quick favor, leaving me a review? I read every single one and they help me reach more people. If you haven't yet, please leave a review and hit that follow button. This week, if you do so, you will be entered in to win protein bars. They are called they're unicorn protein bars, blue unicorn. They are really good. They're protein packed, they're lower calorie, they're huge, they're yummy. So if you follow and leave a review and let me know, I will put you in for a chance to win those blue unicorn protein bars. So let's change the next generation by ditching the dieting mentality. Big shout out to Kristen Down for reviewing the podcast. She said, great summer ideas. I love Kelly's podcast because they are full of great hacks. Thank you, Kristen. I appreciate you because you are helping me help more people. So today we're diving into a common question I get. How do I deal with these hormonal cravings? Okay, so let's break this down. If you've ever said, why am I so hungry before my period, or why do I feel like I could eat the entire pantry and still not be satisfied, this episode is for you. But first, we have to understand the menstrual cycle. So, the first phase, days 1 to 5, is called the menstrual phase. So you're bleeding, your estrogen and your progesterone are at their lowest. You may feel tired or emotionally drained. Your appetite may be lower, or you may crave comfort foods. 2, the follicular phase. So that's days 6 to 14. Estrogen rises and helps suppress your appetite. You're likely to feel more energized and focused. Cravings are minimal, and it's a great time to push those strength workouts. So on days 6 to 14. Ovulation around day 14 or 15. So estrogen peaks and dips. You may feel strong, you may feel social, you may feel confident, and appetite stays moderate. Luteal phase, days 15 to 28. So your progesterone rises, estrogen drops, ghrelin, your hunger hormone increases, and leptin, your fullness signal drops. So this leads to more cravings. So there's a lot of hormone players. These are the ones that we're going to talk about. So the estrogen suppresses appetite early in the cycle. Progesterone increases hunger and emotional eating. Ghrelin increases before your period, making you hungrier. Leptin decreases, making it harder to feel full. So some common cravings, everybody's different, but what I mostly hear is chocolate, salty snacks like chips or popcorn or pretzels, carbs like toast or bagels or pasta, sweets like cookies, brownies, or ice cream. So today we're going to go over strategies to manage these cravings. One of the first things that I suggest to my private clients is to move to maintenance calories during the luteal phase. This is what I do for my private clients. So what I do is I bump their calories up, maybe 150, maybe 300 from the carbs and the fats. So this reduces binges and keeps them consistent. So here are some specific examples for how to bump up your calories by only 150 to 300 calories from carbs and fats during the luteal phase to manage hormonal cravings while staying consistent. So option one, you could add a carb-rich snack. So one slice of Dave's Killer Bread has 21 carbs. That would be around 100 calories. You could do 1 tablespoon of almond butter on it. That'd be 100 calories. And 1 teaspoon of honey drizzle, and that would be 20 calories. So about 220 calories. So this is great for sweet cravings and hormone support from healthy fat. Option two, add some more complex carbs at dinner. Okay, so add in some cooked jasmine rice, maybe half a cup. You know that we weigh in grams, but today I'm using teaspoons and cups. So just so that visually you can kind of picture what you're doing. So 1 teaspoon of olive oil, you can drizzle it on your veggies or your meat. That's around 40 calories. Add half an avocado, that's about 120 calories. So that would total 270 calories. So great for fullness, satiety, and energy. Option three, maybe you want something savory, okay? So add on an ounce of cheddar cheese, that's about 110 calories. Maybe 10 Triscuit crackers, that's about 120 calories. So that would total 230 calories if you're a cheese and crackers type of gal or guy. So great for the salty cravings and to stabilize the blood sugar. Option four, treat style bump. Okay, you can add on maybe a serving of Halo Top chocolate ice cream, a tablespoon of peanut butter on top. That would be about 240 calories. So this is great for mental satisfaction and to prevent late night binges. One of my favorites is a Creami add-on, right? You could use a chocolate protein shake for the base, put in a tablespoon of peanut butter, a tablespoon of Lily's chocolate chips, half a banana, and that would be 190 calories. So this is great for after dinner when you have that sweet tooth that's just kind of rearing its ugly head, and it's also good for recovery. The second hack I'm going to tell you about is pre-track the snack you actually want. So don't waste time eating around a craving. This usually ends up with you overeating 500 calories worth of swaps, then still eating the original thing, whatever that thing may have been for you. So what works best? Just track it ahead of time. If you're craving something sweet, salty, indulgent, plan for it. Don't try to clean it up with protein bars and rice cakes all day. You'll end up even more frustrated and often way over on your calories. So maybe perhaps you can plan for some Justin's dark chocolate peanut butter cups or Reese's peanut butter cups, maybe Lily's milk chocolate baking chips, maybe an enlightened brownies and cookie dough, scoop of ice cream, maybe some popcorners, the sea salt chips, Quest nacho cheese chips, all of those would fit the bill, okay? And personally, I would always make room for an ice cream treat with some toppings. Maybe you could do some Panda Paws Perry ice cream. Another one that I always love to try and fit in, and I did fit in when I first started macro counting, was the Dairy Queen Triple Chocolate Utopia. You can share it with somebody, you can get a mini, you can get a small. So Just log it first, right? Pre-track it, build the rest of your day around it, and stay in control, satisfied without the guilt. Number 3, mindful eating. Slow down, sit, chew, savor your food. Eat until you feel satisfied. Eat until enough, not full. I can't stress that enough. Eat until enough, not full. Drink 8 ounces of water before your meal and another 8 ounces halfway through to support the fullness in the digestion. Just being present with your food reduces the urge to overeat and helps you stay in control during hormonal phases. Number 4, meal frequency. Eat 4 to 5 smaller meals throughout the day to stabilize your blood sugar. It reduces the hunger spikes, keeps energy steady, especially during the luteal phase when cravings hit the hardest. So don't fast or skip meals on these days. Trying to save calories often leads to the wheels falling off by late afternoon. Hello pantry raid, right? When you go in the pantry and you just start eating everything that perhaps looks good. So maybe an example meal schedule would look like 8 a.m. Egg Life egg wrap with turkey sausage and fruit, 11 a.m. Greek yogurt with a protein bar and berries and almond butter, 2 p.m. maybe chicken and veggie stir fry and jasmine rice, 5:30 maybe a burrito bowl with ground turkey, cauliflower rice and avocado, and 8 p.m. maybe a Clubhouse chocolate creamy recipe with PB Fit and Lily's chips. So, chocolate chips, keeping meals frequent and satisfying helps manage hunger and keeps you consistent. Don't try to fast on these days because what typically happens is the wheels will fall off in the afternoon and evening. Number 5, protein-rich foods. Yes, I'm going to say it again. Make protein your priority, especially during the luteal phase. Aim to include it in every meal and snack. So some of, on-the-go options, grilled or shredded chicken breast, extra lean ground turkey, core power protein shakes, Egg Life egg wraps with turkey sausage or eggs, Greek yogurt with protein powder mixed in. Get your protein in. Sometimes simply focusing on whole food protein sources really helps me stay full and satisfied. So mentally and physically. It's not just about hitting a number, it's about making meals and snacks that actually work for you. Some of the Clubhouse favorites are the egg roll in a bowl, Marry Me Chicken, the holiday quiche. Now, these are just a few of my faves, and I know a lot of the Clubhouse members love them as well. Complex carbohydrates. Don't fear the carbs. Choose the right ones. So complex carbs digest slower, they support hormone health, and help keep your energy stable when you're more prone to cravings. So some favorites are old-fashioned oats, sweet potatoes, brown rice, jasmine rice, tortillas. Inside the Clubhouse, some of the most comforting and satisfying meals that include complex carbs are the very fun Clubhouse crunch wraps that are super filling, the hot honey chicken bowl, another Clubhouse favorite, and the sweet potato chickpea stew, especially on days when you just want something warm and cozy and want to feel comforted. Adding these in can help you feel nourished instead of restricted. Number 7, healthy fats. Healthy fats are essential, especially when hormones are fluctuating. They help with the satiety hormone production and give meals that, air quotes, stick to your ribs feeling. And some of my staples are avocado. Maybe you can put them in one of your protein bowls. You could also put them on rice cakes. Nut butter, you can stir it into oats or drizzle it on fruit. Hummus with veggies or on wraps. Perhaps pistachios or peanuts for the satisfying crunch. Inside the Clubhouse recipes, I love mixing peanut butter into the overnight oats for creaminess, Adding jam, so it's like PB&J, and sprinkling peanuts on top for a little crunch and extra staying power. So these are all great ideas for the Clubhouse recipes. Fat isn't the enemy. It's your friend when used wisely and intentionally. Number 8, sugar moderation. You don't need to cut out sugar completely, but you do need a strategy. So the key is pairing sweets with a protein or fiber so you avoid that blood sugar spike and crash, which only leads to more cravings if you've ever noticed. So instead of just grabbing a cookie or candy by itself, try maybe a cookie plus Greek yogurt, or a handful of chocolate chips plus protein notes, or a piece of dark chocolate plus a high fiber wrap with nut butter. So this combo slows digestion, satisfies the craving, and keeps your energy more stable. It's not about avoiding or not including treats. It's about being intentional with them. Number 9, hydrating foods. So think cucumbers, celery, watermelon, cherry tomatoes. These are all packed with water to help keep you full and hydrated. So one of my go-to favorites is the watermelon feta clubhouse salad. It is light, it is refreshing, and full of flavor. Perfect for those days when your hunger feels out of control, but you're really just dehydrated. Number 10, herbal teas, peppermint. That can calm the body and help reduce those snacky habits, especially in the evenings when cravings creep in. Personally, I love winding down with a cup of, I think you say Tazo passion tea. I first discovered it when I took Lola to an American Girl tea party. This was a few years ago when we were in Orlando. Such a sweet, sweet memory. But ever since then, they served that tea there. It has been comforting and it is part of my nightly routine when I feel like I want something else. Spices. Adding spices like cinnamon or chili powder can do more than just boost flavor. They may also help regulate blood sugar and curb cravings. So, spicy foods in particular make you slow down while eating and encourage you to drink more water, which can naturally help you feel fuller. So, one of my favorite examples is the hot honey chicken bowl from the Clubhouse. It is sweet, but spicy, satisfying, and makes you pause between bites instead of inhaling your meal. 12, proactive snacking. Plan ahead so snacks don't catch you off guard. A few of my go-tos are a Progurt bowl, which is a protein yogurt bowl, cottage cheese with fruit, or a Creami. So pre-tracking your day, we already talked about this, especially in the evening. Just lets you build in the food you actually want, like chocolate, chips with salsa, or even ice cream. Honoring cravings without guilt is key. It's normal to want these foods. Have a plan for them, and this will keep you consistent and in control. Number 13, food journaling. I know a lot of people do not do this, but I think it is super helpful. So start noticing your patterns, especially around your menstrual cycle, stress, sleep, busy seasons of life. When you track what you eat alongside how you feel, you'll start to uncover important connections. Are you ravenous the week before your period? Do you graze all day on stressful work days? Does your hunger disappear when you're overtired? Or does your hunger really appear when you're overtired? So just use a simple calendar or consistency tracker or just a notebook, right? Get a cheap notebook from the dollar store. Mark down your cravings, your mood, your energy level, and what phase of your cycle you're in. So, for example, I know that about 5 days before my period, my hunger increases and I crave salty and sweet. So I plan accordingly. I increase my carbs slightly, making sure I eating more satisfying meals, but then building in snacks I actually want, like popcorn with chocolate chips or a high protein dessert. So food journaling isn't about perfection. It's about learning your body's patterns so you can stop feeling out of control and start feeling prepared. Number 14, behavioral distractions. Sometimes cravings aren't about food. They're about boredom, stress, habit, or simply being near the pantry. So before giving in, try a quick behavioral reset. Go for a short walk, stretch, brush your teeth, put in a whitening strip. Nothing like minty freshness to kill the snacking urge, okay? Remove yourself from the environment, like stepping out of the kitchen or changing rooms. This can break the automatic reach for the food. So here's an example. If you find yourself wandering into the pantry after dinner just to look, I am using my air quotes, just to look, pause and say, am I actually hungry or just restless? Or is this habit? So if it's restlessness, make a deal with yourself. Walk around the block or do a quick 5-minute stretch first. And 9 times out of 10, the craving passes. Or you can come back and then just make a more intentional choice instead of mindless one. You want to be intentional. So it's not about restriction, it's about interrupting the pattern and choosing on purpose. Number 15, cook at home. Cooking at home gives you full control over ingredients. It gives you control over portions and how your food fits into your goals. It's one of the most powerful tools for staying consistent and saving money. So, especially during phases when you feel off track or out of control. That's not the time to head to your favorite Italian restaurant where you'll likely overeat, right? And leave feeling blah. So instead, commit to a few simple meals at home using the Clubhouse recipes, the Crunch Wrap, the hot honey chicken bowl, the high protein beef pasta. They're not only macro friendly, but super satisfying. So cooking at home doesn't have to be complicated. It just needs to be intentional. The more you practice the habit, the easier it becomes to stay on track and enjoy your food. It does not have to be complicated. Fiber, this is the last one we're going to talk about, and I could probably do a whole episode on this, but high fiber foods are a powerful tool for managing those hormone cravings, especially during the luteal phase of your cycle. So when blood sugar can be more unstable and cravings for sweets and comfort foods tend to spike, fiber slows down digestion. It helps stabilize blood sugar and keeps you feeling fuller longer. So it reduces the urge to snack or overeat. So some great high fiber options include the All Brand Bud cereal, Mission Carb Balanced tortillas, raspberries, pears with the skin on, Fiber One brownies. You can find them at Target or Walmart. They're sweet, they're portion control. I think they have 5 grams of fiber per bar. My mom loves the Bada Bean, Bada Boom crunchy beans. She loves them. They're salty, crunchy, and full of fiber and protein. So just adding 1 or 2 of these foods daily can make a big difference in keeping the cravings in check and energy level stable. So for women, let's aim for 25 grams of fiber per day and 35 grams for men. That's what we should try and aim for. So the bottom line is cravings are not a sign of failure. They're information. They're your body's way of signaling and telling you something. Maybe you need more food, more rest, more satisfaction, or just a break from constant stress. The key is to stop labeling them as bad and start planning for them with a strategy. Honor your cravings instead of resisting them to the point of a binge. If you want chocolate, build it into your day. If you're craving something salty, add it to a balanced meal or snack. Forgive yourself quickly if you do overdo it. Shame keeps you stuck. Shame keeps you stuck, but self-compassion keeps you moving forward. Cravings don't mean you're broken, they mean you're human, okay? You just need a plan that respects your hormones, your lifestyle, your natural appetite shifts. Learn your own patterns. Pre-track the foods you love, give your body what it needs, and move on. And that's where true control and freedom come from, not perfection, but practice. I would love for you to share this episode on social media and tag me so I can thank you. Leave a 5-star review. You might even hear yours read on the podcast, and you'll be entered in to win Blue Unicorn protein bars. Stop overthinking it. I know you're busy, short on time, and overwhelmed with conflicting information. Join my free Facebook community. There's tons of free resources in there. And thanks for tuning in today. If you found this episode helpful, share it with somebody, please, please, please. Remember, it's not about the all or nothing, it's about the all or something. And you're always doing better than you think you are. See you next time.